In this video, I'm going to break down how HeroFX 10X account works and how it can be an essential buying power for you as a trader, especially if you have low capital or small capital. And then also by the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you this PDF along with the strategies that you should be using to help grow this account. Now, if you don't know who I am, I go by Solo ETV here at ForexPropRank, and what I do on my channel is take small profits and scale it to bigger profits. We even did a $4,000 account to $40,000 all on our YouTube live stream, and I am here to partner up with ForexPropRank to show you a strategy that's going to work and also give you this PDF, but also guide you on how you can get this HeroFX 10X account and get your very first payout. Let's get to it. All right, so if you guys are looking currently here at HeroFX, this is the platform. When you guys look down below, that will be the link to it. But here you pretty much see the 10X, your trading capital. Keep 100% of the profits and trade without limits. Now, I want to go a little bit more in depth with you guys to walk you through what you will get, how it works, and what's the process. And then we're going to talk about what actual pairs you should be trading for this account. Now, what you get with this is 10X trading capital of your deposit. So an example is, let's say you deposit $50, you get $500 to trade with. You're trading with real money, no evaluations or no phases. You keep 100% of the profit above drawdown. And then withdraw anytime, even the same day when you are day trading. You start capital tiers from 50 and it scales all the way up to 1 million. And then as you guys see right here, this is pretty much what I was saying. You have the account from 50 all the way up to 1 million, and then you will see the pricing for that. And then also looking here, you see that you have instant, no challenge phases, withdraw 24/7. Keep 100% of your profit, 10% fixed drawdown, initial balance, and then no hitting rules, full trading freedom. Can't get better than that when it comes to instant funding. I haven't really seen this at all with any broker. So if you guys really want to get your hands on this, this is the time to do it. So the key rules and parameters that you get is a static drawdown cap, max 10% of your balance. Example, let's say you have a $500 balance. $50 loss is the max that you can do. No daily trailing drawdowns, no lot size limit. That's good to know, especially if you are a trader like myself. The cool thing about this is for any traders out there that is high risk takers and still want to trade like their own money, like if it is a personal account. I never found anything like this yet, and I'm kind of amazed that this does exist. And seeing how popular this will get, I'm sure a lot of other prop firms will pick up on this, and even brokers will pick up on this very soon. But the fact you get this now, the better. So some of the account features and platforms, basically you're trading with TradeLocker. You also have Web Trader, which is the web version of MT4. And then you also have MT4 and MT5 platforms. However, MT4, MT5 isn't necessarily available in the states of the USA. You can go with TradeLocker for this option. Now, as for leverage, this is what you're getting for the leverage. So with metals, you have a 1 to 3, indices 1 to 15, and then everything else is 1 to 6. So you really need to keep this in mind when you are trading, because for those that don't know what this really means is, let's say you have a $500 account and you're trying to trade US 30 at almost a 0.50 or even a 1 lot, depending on that broker like HeroFX, which can allow you to do that. When you create the account, you will basically have to come over here where you see the account section, and then from the account section you can come over here where you see about Hero 10X, and then you will click that. And then when you click that, you'll be able to select Hero 10X, and the initial balance would be any of these here. And then you can select any of these that you want to. Now, if you are a trader that, okay, this is fine, but you still want to trade personal like I do, then this will still be a great option. You literally come here, create an account, and then from there you can set the leverage you want. And then you are now able to trade, deposit your funds, and you're good to go. So now you guys understand how this HeroFX account works. I just want to get straight to showing you what are some of the assets you can trade when it comes to scaling and growing, whether if you're doing a personal with HeroFX or you want to take a prop firm instant funding account with HeroFX, does not matter. You can do it and it's done. So as you see, the first one we're going to work with is GBP, the violent dancer is what I like to call it. The psychology behind this is this pair is fast, impulsive, and emotional. It reflects market indecisions and breaks out hungry. It loves to fake out both directions before it even picks a winner, meaning like you'll see it go up and then go down and then go right back up. So this one requires a lot of discipline, and for those that are really in tune with it comes to like instant fast execution, this is the one you want to be into with. Not someone who jumps in early. This is not what you want to do. Now, how you trade this is the best time is during London and early New York session overlapping. Wait for liquidity sweeps above a recent high or a recent below a low. And I'm gonna explain this and show you guys in the charts in a bit, and then enter a price return within the 50% Fibonacci plus a rejection wick. Your target is going to always be a 1 to 2 setup with a 0.27 fib extension. And I'm going to show you guys how the fibs can make you so much money if you use it right. And then from there, your recent structure breaks. Avoid trading during heavy GBP news. Wait for the aftermath. Don't trade during the news, especially if you're doing the prop firm instant funding, or if you're doing a personal. Hell, you got a lot more freedom for those that's looking to do that. All right, so let me give you a prime example of what GJ will look like as far as how I explained it. So you want to come out into trade view, and then you want to go into indicators at the top, which you cannot see it now, but you will click that, and then you will type in sessions. And the sessions you are going to go with is the one that says HeroFX. That is the one you will go with. Once you have that, let's make sure your settings is identical to mine. Pause the video and you're good to go. Remember what I said, you want to find the high and the low of London session. And then you're going to be looking for your trade during the overlap of London and New York opening. So as you see right here, this was our highest point of London and this was the lowest point of London. How do we know this? Because we have the session blocks that is telling us the entire time or the entire range of London session, New York session, Tokyo session, which makes it super simplified for us. So now all I'm doing is taking out my golden fibs and I am drawing it from the highest to the lowest point because we are looking for a selling market. On a 4-hour and also a 1-hour scale, you always want to look for the overall trend to make sure you're following what the trend is doing. We're not counter trend trading here. We're going to be following directions 100%. So after the market established creating that high and the low, we draw our fibs out, and all we're going to simply do is wait for the market to come above our 50, but in this instant, we're going to go 44%. So I'm going to give you guys this, pause this. This is the settings that I use. Make sure you have it. Now, after that, you then want to start looking for fair value gaps, institutional levels, supply or demand, key levels, any other levels you guys are familiar with. This is where you're going to say that's the valid level. Anything under it, you do not trade. The reason being is because equilibrium is the balance of the previous range. The reason why I love this strategy, and it's the most easiest strategy to scale, is because you're looking at this range here and eliminating all of the other noise currently on the 5-minute time frame. And I don't need to see any other noise because the market is not reacting off of that right now. It is reacting off of just this one play from the London session. So if you can get that and understand, all right, my mind shifts to internal structure, my mind shifts to focusing on what is happening in the moment and not outside the moment. Use outside the moment for different reactions and different setups, but we're looking at internal structure to help us balance our actual setup. So then now we see that market created a beautiful play outside of this with a wick, and it tapped into what we call a fair value gap right in there. This is a clear setup for us to take. Now, the entry for this will be once we see a 9 EMA closing below with our candle, which is this beautiful bearish engulfing candle. And that right there is where we want to now go ahead and sell it. We put our stop loss just pips away from the entry and we take it to a 1 to 2. Now the end goal here is you want to make sure your Fibonacci extension levels, which is the -27 and the -618, is also within the 1 to 2. This is going to give you an extra confluence to even establish that this is going to hit that take profit mark. That is pretty much that. Let's move on to the next one and show you guys how to scale and make money off of this play. Now, next one we're going to focus on is oil. Best times to be trading oil is 100% New York sessions because this is where I find most of the profits. Now, this is my 100% bias, but just coming from my personal preference. Yes, I am a guy that can scale and scale and scale. Best times is during New York session when crude oil inventories news hit. So oil inventory will hit every Wednesday at 9:30 Central Time. This is probably the best way to get into a very volatile market when it comes to trading oil. So how I trade this is there's a couple ways, but one, Mark your highs and lows on the Asian session. Watch for New York sweeps. Enter after liquidity grabs plus wick confirmations around the 62 or 79 fib zone. Exit at the 0.27 fib or nearest 5-minute imbalance fill. Avoid trading oil without checking the actual news like thematic, that's what I call it, or inventory, crude inventory, or major news such as like that. Now, if I show you guys my setup on a chart, show you a setup that I took. This was a play that was actually not called during Asian, but I wanted to show you how effective this can be. All I'm waiting for is this is the end of London session going into New York. So usually I like to see a shift in the market because the market just has been dropping and dropping. Seeing that, we know a pullback needs to happen because we know how a range works. When we see a range, which is the most recent trend, we need to see what we call a pullback so the market could continue to drop. And within that, I was able to catch a play after it broke out of our range trend line with a beautiful power candle showing that the buyers are in, closing above the 9 EMA, and we was able to catch a 1, 2, 3. This is pretty much how I trade this throughout as well. So if you guys want to go with the strategy, you absolutely can. Now, once again, if you guys want more information about this, I have a PDF teamed up with ForexPropRank. You can get that down below and you will be able to get in tune with this one as well. Now, the last one is going to be NASDAQ 100. This one you trade during New York opening. A lot of you guys probably know how effective New York opening is when it comes to indices, but this is where it gets different. So 9:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern time for the max volatility, watch for stop hunt zones 15 to 20 minutes before New York opening. Remember, that is your key play. And then you want to look for a fake out, a pullback, a fib confluence around a 50, golden level 61.8%, and then enter after a wick rejection on a 5-minute or clean engulfing candles, then TP at -27 or a full structure filled demanding on market energy. So if you guys want to learn more about what we do, you can go ahead and check out ForexPropRank.com. This is where you can see all of the low spreads, all of the low commissions for the firm you want to trade based off of your favorite pair. This is very simple. You search up whatever it is you like to trade, like Euro USD, gold, NASDAQ, or even oil, and it's going to pull up the best pricing based off of that broker, and then you will get more information from there. One thing that we ask for you to do is if you had any good or bad about a broker, we would love for you to leave a review on our website just to help out the community. That being said, I appreciate you for tuning in. Your boy Solo here at ForexPropRank.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.